Broadband for us is a very, very critical issue because the internet and computers have become a lifeline for senior citizens in New York City. There is a general movement now in terms of senior services policy to have seniors stay at home and get services in their own communities. So we're trying to shift our services methods from having people go all to nursing homes or get sort of institutional care, and we're shifting over now to a model where people stay at home and receive home-based assistance and care at home. And one of the critical things that's occurring in this new generation of senior services is that seniors now are receiving services at home. They need connections to the outside world because the risk is that seniors become very isolated and very even lonely in their own homes. Research studies have found that seniors who live at home by themselves often go for weeks at a time without any contact with people in the outside world. And we believe that technology and broadband access in particular is one of the critical tools for helping seniors stay engaged with their families and with their communities and with their government. So OATS has been working now for 3 years at 20 different sites now we're at around the city. We've worked a bit with Mount Hope up in the Bronx as well, and many sites supported by council members and private funders. We have been teaching classes to seniors to teach them how to use the internet and how to connect to friends and family, how to stay more engaged and get access to health care, get access to government services, and get access to training for employment, which remarkably high numbers of seniors want. And our courses are fully subscribed around the city. We have waiting lists in Chinatown, and we've got waiting lists in the Bronx. We have waiting lists here in Bed-Stuy and Prospect Park. So we've had a lot of success with this program. The biggest challenge that we face right now is broadband access. Seniors can get, we gave away 500 free computers last year in a partnership with Prescolis, which Mount Hope has been helping with. We gave away free training to 1,900 seniors last year. But what we hear every single day is seniors say, I've got my computer, I've got my training, I'm ready to work with this, but I can't afford $40 a month for ongoing broadband access. So we are calling for the city to try to find ways to subsidize internet access for seniors or drive down the costs. Particularly, we've been calling for the city to subsidize access for the 50,000 lower income mobility impaired seniors in New York. Those are the people that are most at need and for whom getting online is going to have the best, most positive impact. So that's our request and recommendation, and we would really love the committee to focus on the issue of older adults and broadband access.
My name is Lester Johnson. I'm a retired person. I worked for 30-some-odd years at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. One of the experiences I found when I retired, when I started looking for the job, was the technology and the discrimination I found with it. And make it short is I went to an agency called Workforce One, went all through the introduction, etc. The last introduction, you meet with a counselor, and I was the last to meet with. In short, the lady, in so many words, told me that in essence that I was old, I need to go home and get in a rocking chair. You don't have the skills, etc. Every job I filled out, an application, was in essence, you needed the technology, Microsoft Word, etc., those things. And I tried to figure out, I spent 30-some-odd years in the Federal Reserve Bank. I knew a little bit about computer, but I don't have the skills to go to the job. I find it very discriminatory. And I speak for a lot of the seniors. And coming from OATS, when we had a first introduction, that's one thing that we all seem to talk about, the technology. And another thing that I find was the expense of the internet. It is outrageous. Now, bottom line is I did not know about, I had to have a telephone to hook up the computer. So when I did, I got Cablevision, which has started, let's say, at $29 for 6 months. It went to $40-some-odd after that. And then someone called me and they wanted to give me internet for $125. Now, we who are seniors, I feel we have done our part. We like to go back to work. We like to learn the technology. But when you make it unaffordable for us to get to technology, you're striking a death bell to the seniors.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Garrison Phillips. I'm a senior volunteer in the senior community of this fabulous city. I'm also a volunteer, a long time, with SAGE, Services and Advocacy for Gay and Lesbian Seniors. It was through their newsletter that I found out about OATS. I took their beginning and advanced courses in internet technology, and now I volunteer for OATS as well. Very important. A quick statistic. SAGE directly aids over 400 seniors who are homebound every month. Over 2,000 seniors attend our drop-in room at our community center at 13th Street and 7th Avenue in Manhattan. Roughly 70% of those 2,400 people exist on a pre-tax income of $20,000 or less. Roughly half of those people exist on $10,000 income a year. That's why broadband is so important to seniors. There's simply not funds available for access to the internet or even dial-up. I have a little more income than that, and it stretches me to do it. My parents taught me that faith can move mountains. They also taught me that putting your shoulder down can make things happen. I hope that all of us today can trust on your shoulder to help us, to help OATS, SAGE, and broadband to help the seniors in our city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.